my name's Nikki and I'm here with Next Advance. Today we're going to be homogenizing tissue samples. This is a great process to get at the intracellular components. We specifically are working with liver, which is useful for anybody studying metabolites, looking at drug distribution, drug discovery. You can do DNA and RNA extraction, protein extraction, regeneration research. There's a lot of applications, and they all start with good homogenized tissue. For my sample, I'm using liver that I've cut into smaller pieces so that way we get a more uniform homogenate. We always recommend for larger tissue samples cutting them into a few smaller pieces. My sample is 50 milligrams. You want to weigh your sample before homogenization to help normalize your data downstream. I've placed my tissue sample into one of our red lysis kits. You can see that it has beads already in it. These sterile tubes are great because they come with everything that you need to mechanically break down your tissue sample. With the red kits, I like to use 500 microliters of buffer with the sample. The buffer that you use is going to be dependent on your downstream application. So if you're doing DNA or RNA extraction or protein extraction, you may be using a different type of buffer. Once you have your sample and buffer in place, we're going to load it into our bullet blender. Unlike a centrifuge, you don't need to worry about balancing your tubes. So I've placed all 4 of my tubes right in the front. The nice thing about a bullet blender is that it can hold up to 24 samples. I'm going to set mine at a speed of 8 and 3 minutes. I have 4 samples in here now. I would use the same settings even if I had 24 samples. And we're going to let that run. It's been 3 minutes, so it's time to check on our samples. I'm looking to make sure that my homogenate has a uniform consistency. It's all the same color and there's no obvious chunks or pieces, so it's ready for the next step. You can either transfer this to a centrifuge and then just extract the supernatant, or if you prefer, you can transfer the whole homogenate to a clean tube. Depending on your downstream application, you may want a centrifuge and a clean tube so you have access to the pellet. This is good for applications that include transmembrane proteins or other non-soluble components. At this point in time, my tube is ready to continue to the next step, or I can freeze this at -80 until I'm ready to work on it again.